in the final stretch for the new Roblox Doors Hotel revamp update, especially with less than 2 weeks to go until the new year. Though things have been slow, we have recently received even more update news and leaks these past couple of days. Some well known by the community, but others not so much. Like and subscribe if you can't wait for the update to drop, and it's time to cover some more exciting news. Last week, Redibles, the co-developer for Roblox Doors, ended up posting this tweet stating that they finally fixed the color palette of the library doors to not be an eyesore shadow of orange. Along with this was also a picture showcasing the newly redone library doors, but towards the bottom, we can notice a new item that was never shown yet before. A pair of landscaping shears could be found next to the skeleton key with the X5 usage mark on them as well. Of course, this finding has caused the community to go crazy, especially when it comes to theorizing what these shears would do within the game. Well, let's look back a bit. All the way back on August 14th, we were shown the sneak peek picture by the developers of some random vines growing from a bush and along a wall. Well, why don't you paint the picture together? It seems that we'd have to use these shears in order to cut the vines that are growing on certain doors, possibly within the courtyard or in more outdoor rooms that may come within this next update. But instead of just talking about it, we've actually modeled a replica version of the shears, added it to Roblox, and scripted it in-game in order to show what we could see come very soon. So let's get right to it. As you guys can see, we are currently within the courtyard and everything kind of looks normal, right? Until when you get to this door is when you're going to be able to see a bunch of vines are covering the whole entire next room. And yeah, we're not able to get past through this door because these vines are in the way, just like from the sneak peek leak that we saw several weeks ago. But you can notice a hold prompt right in front of the door, which means we can do something about this. If we take a quick little stroll around the courtyard, we can find a special item in order to help us with our predicament. And here it is right here. We just got a random pair of shears that are just chilling right above this bush. We can actually equip the shears right in our hands. And if we make our way towards the door with the vines, if we hold E, we can cut up the vines one by one. Now in the original leak, there was an X5 on the icon, which means that this shears would probably be good in order to cut up to 5 vines. So having this many vines may be a little bit too much, but it is pretty cool to see how it exactly works. Honestly, the shears are going to be a really unique item, but we also have another new look, especially when it comes to the in-game grandfather clock shown recently within the Doors update trailer teaser. This asset showcase was created by regular Vinixu, and they actually scripted their own concept of the clock and a possible update entity within this clip. This will be crazy. That's definitely some scary stuff. So it looks like once the arms on the clock hits near midnight, the grandfather clock would start to make lots of sounds, alarming players to find a hiding spot as quick as possible. Once the clock's arms hit midnight, this is when a newly proposed entity would strike all players who are not hiding during this time. It pays respect to the short official teaser that we received by the developers several weeks ago but with a fresh new twist that gives us a glimpse of what this clock could actually do. Not many channels have recently been talking about it over on YouTube, but within Twitter, many players within the community still have ideas within this concept. Some even saying that it could be tied with the entity's silence, especially when the clock's silence strikes throughout the rooms. Even though the most popular fan-made entities were shown within the leaks as paintings, they are still unconfirmed to be 100% coming to the game within this next update. Though that's not all. Recently, Redables, the co-developer for Roblox Doors, posted yet another project within his Twitter account, simply titled Bush. As Target predicted, as I would say, the photo attached was a model of a newly unique bush model that is not currently within the game. This bush model could actually be correlated to the new cutters that are also coming to the game, and perhaps you'd have to cut up these bush models in order to unlock new paths. So yes, it could actually be another smaller leak at what is to come within this next update very soon. But you don't want to miss this. Recently, the official Doors Twitter account was also posting a series of tweets that is leading up to a major announcement. It first started with a simple tweet, which is a snark at the entity Screech back on December 16th. But later that day, the account posted this announcement saying that Screech was actually going to be huggable due to a collaboration with Makeship. For those who don't know, Makeship is a company that partners up with influencers and in order to create customized plushies. So yeah, Screech will actually get an official plushie very soon. But it gets crazier. A player was mentioning that they wanted the plushie but that they were broke, with the Doors account stating that they have good news for them. Could this mean the Doors devs are looking to do a plushie giveaway along with the release of the game relatively soon? Or would the plushies be sold at a reasonable low price? Both could actually be options, especially during the holidays, but a closer look within the picture that was attached can show a glimpse of the plushie, which honestly does look really cool. Though the developers have been working extremely hard on this update, many players are still concerned whether or not it may even be ready in time for Christmas. The developers even said that it could be pushed back until January, which honestly would not be ideal. But all we can do is give them time to not rush in order to receive a polished, fun update. One more small leak. The developers of Doors have also said, depending on the results of this Makeship campaign, they might be able to introduce a whole collection of entity plushies, which would be pretty cool. I mean, would you end up copping one? Let us know down below, and goodbye.